Yo, what is up? What is up, man? We had some great fights in 2023. So many good fights that we wanted for years. Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, Ryan Garcia, and Hank Davis. Then we had Canelo fighting Charlo, finally having that fight. After the Charlos have been calling out for Canelo for a couple of years. Have been barking, but Canelo did what he had to do. But I'm going to be giving my best of and all that stuff. So we're gonna start off with who is the prospect of the year, man. There's been many prospects throughout this year, man. Prospects fought this year. Alexander Zayas, who had the new Andy Cruz. I think Andy Cruz might take it, dude. Andy Cruz literally had just 2 fights because he's best Cuban amateurs. And so his first 2 fights were already a 10-rounders, man, against good, tough opponents. He made it look so easy, man. So I do think my prospect of the year is Andy Cruz. Want to be a champion in the next probably 2 or maybe next fight. They might put him with the champion already. But yeah, Andy Cruz is my prospect. Let's go to the performance of the year. Who had the best performance of the year, man? There's been many great performances, man. We had, Gervonta Davis had his performance against Garcia and Hector and the other Garcia. We had Inoue dominating Stephen Fulton, man. But I'm gonna go with the obvious one, man. Terrence Crawford against Errol Spence Jr. That was the performance of the year, man, because he completely dominated someone who was dominating that division for a while. He just came in and just made it look so easy, man. Dropped them in the second round, I believe, with the hook with the left while he was coming in, and man, that was a beautiful performance from Terrence Bud Crawford. So Terrence Bud Crawford had the performance of the year, man. We're going to be moving on to the upset of the year, man. There's been many upsets, man. El Divino Espinosa upsetting Robeisy Ramirez in the 126-pound division. We had Sebastian Fundora getting knocked out by Brian Mendoza. Another upset right there. But I'm gonna go with Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury, man. That was a upset. Let's be honest, upset of the year. No one was giving Ngannou a chance, man, including me, man. And no one thought he was gonna. He didn't win the fight, obviously, but he won the night, man. He won the night. He dropped Tyson Fury, and then he had, in the last 2 rounds, he had Tyson Fury running around the ring. He even had to hit him with the fucking elbow to Ngannou, and Ngannou ate it like nothing, man. Thank you, man. Francis Ngannou gets it. Upset of the year, man. Okay, so what is a fight of the year, man? Fight of the year. There's been many great fights. Oscar Valdez versus Emmanuel Navarrete. We had Lee Wood against Josh Warrington. But I'm gonna go with El Divino Espinosa versus Robeisy Ramirez. That was a beautiful, beautiful fight, man. It was a beautiful fight. Both of them went at it, man. Espinosa was dominating first couple of rounds, and then he gets dropped in the 5th. Literally, he gets dropped, and I thought it was over when he got dropped. Stands back up, and then he starts walking a little bit, and he's falling, tripping over, bro. And he falls on the ropes, and I thought the referee was gonna finish the fight, or he was gonna end it. But I'm pretty sure the referee knew that the round was about to be over and gave him a chance. He gave him that chance, and then 2 rounds later, in the 7th, Robeisy Ramirez rocked El Divino Espinosa again, almost dropping him, but he still keeps fighting El Divino Espinosa. And he keeps throwing. He has a heart of a lion. not giving up, and he starts to come back, and he just recovers, and he starts coming back with fire, with everything, with like a machine gun, brother. He goes in there, and then on the 12th he drops Robeisy Ramirez, the last championship rounds, bro, beating Robeisy Ramirez, man, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, man. This guy is an amateur beast, and he went to the Olympics and won 2 gold medals. And we have Espinosa, who only had 11. I'm pretty sure he only had 11 amateur fights, and he went pro, man. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. So for me, that is the fight of the year. Sure for sure. All right, man. We talked about the good stuff about the year in boxing. Let's talk about the bad stuff. What was the boring fight of the year, man? And I'm gonna have to give that to Shakur Stevenson against Edwin De Los Santos. That was the most boring fight I've ever seen. Shakur Stevenson decided to get on his bike. He started running. He just wanted no piece of Edwin De Los Santos, man. He won the fight, man, by pedaling around, man. Incredible stuff. That was shows that Shakur Stevenson started making excuses about his hand. But yeah, man. Man, this is bad for him. This definitely dropped his stock. This fight dropped his stock a lot, man. The worst, pretty much. Yeah, you could even put it as the worst performance of the year. Worst performance in the year, and the boring fight of the year, man. To Shakur Stevenson, man. Gets 2 awards. So yeah, that is bad for boxing right there, man. Bad for boxing. Hey, man, knockout of the year, man. We can't forget about knockout of the year. There's been some amazing knockouts here, man. Brian Mendoza knocking out Sebastian Fundora. Jose Valenzuela knocking out Chris Colbert out cold. That was literally a Manny Pacquiao knockout right there. Or Manny Pacquiao got knocked out. We had Josh Warrington getting knocked out. I'm going to give that to Jose Valenzuela, El Rayo Valenzuela, man. He gets the knockout of the year, bro. He knocked out Chris Colbert, and literally reminded me like Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao got knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez, man. It reminded me just like that. He was just lifeless, literally. Face down, lifeless, through the ropes, lifeless. Incredible stuff right there. So he gets knockout of the year. Alright, man, I think this might be pretty sure this last one right here. Fighter of the year, man. Fighter of the year. There's been many fighters. I've had many fights. I put a lot of stock into activity when it comes to fighter of the year, man. One performance won't cut it, okay? Even if it's against someone good. Crawford had a great fight. Again, a great performance against Errol Spence. That's why I gave him performance of the year. But to be fighter of the year, you have to fight more than once, man. He only fought once, so Errol Spence is not pound for pound. A lot of people had Errol Spence in their pound for pound, but he was not a pound for pound fighter. Because in order to be a pound for pound fighter, you have to be moving, like dominating in a different weight class. Every fighter in pound for pound has done that, you know. Terence Crawford has conquered multiple divisions. Oh yeah, Inoue has done the same. Canelo Alvarez, Devin Haney, you know, Lomachenko, all these fighters, man, have been in the pound for pound is because they've dominated in other weight classes. And Errol Spence Jr. has not moved from 147. He's been at 147 his whole career, so he's never moved up to a different weight class, man. So he's only conquered one weight division. He didn't fully conquer it because he never went undisputed, you know. Conquered 3 of the belts. So he is not pound for pound. So in that instance, this is why I don't have Terence Crawford in the pound for pound. Well, I do have him in the pound for pound, but I don't have him as fight of the year. Fight of the year is you have to have the performance as well. You have to have the dominant performance against great opposition, man. And be active. Devin Haney had two fights against two great fighters. Well, one great fighter and one good fighter. Lomachenko. He beat Lomachenko, but his performance was not convincing, man. I had Lomachenko winning that fight by 1 or 2 rounds, man. But I just did not have Devin Haney winning that fight. And then he showed up against Regis Prograis. He showed a lot of skill and just showed up. But I still don't have him in fight of the year, because I don't have him as fight of the year because he was not convincing with Lomachenko. David Benavidez had a great year as well. He fought Plant, beat him up for sure, and then he knocked pretty much TKO'd Andrade, man, or pretty much made him quit in his stool, I guess. But Andrade wasn't that good of an opposition, He was never a proven guy. So Plant was a proven guy because he's fought Canelo and he's fought other fighters in there like Darrell as well. So I don't have him in as fight of the year because of that, because of Andrade. So I have as my fighter of the year, the one and only, the Japanese monster, Naoya Inoue, man. The monster, Naoya Inoue, is fighter of the year, man. Why? Because he became 2-time undisputed in less than a year. And if we're talking about a calendar year, he's had multiple fights. He had 2 fights in a calendar year. And he had 3 fights in less than a year. Crawford is missing that, and then the other 2 aren't missing that. For example, Benavidez had 2 fights in as well. I already said the reason why, but like I'm saying, man, Naoya Inoue performance, all of his performances against Butler, against he even had Nonito Donaire in there, and but who else did he fight? Bolton. Wow. Bolton, and he fought Tapales. All great fighters, man, proven and champions, and the best in their weight class, bro. That's why I have Naoya Inoue. Not only is his fight of the year, but as pound for pound, man, he is a pound for pound #1 in my book, and he is fighter of the year. What a performance, and what a year for Naoya Inoue, dude. The monster. He is going to conquer more. I think he's still going to conquer 126 and maybe 130, but 126 for sure, man. He says he's gonna stay up, fight two more times at 122, and and I have him dominating and winning those 2 fights. Obviously, he is literally one of the greats. Him, Crawford, Canelo, man, Usyk. Great one in generational talent right there, man. But yeah, man. But yeah, that's it. That is going to be my boxing 2023 best of and worst of. But yeah, let me know what you think about my picks here, and let me know yours down there in the comments below, man. Please. I want to see what you guys think, because everybody has something different, man. And there's no shame, man. There's opinions. Opinions exist for a reason, man. Different flavor. Because if we all think the same, then it's going to be boring. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. And you already know, man. Down there, comment down below. Peace out.